On behalf of the University of Strathclyde, I welcome you all to the Barony Hall today for our Congregation for the Conferment of Degrees. It's an incredibly special day. Not only is it special for our graduates who are here, who have beside me and behind me, who have gone through a number of challenges in their studies, but it's also incredibly important for our families, our friends and our loved ones, those who are here in the hall today, and also those who are joining us online. We tend to think of graduations as one of those events that you remember for the rest of your life. They're milestones in the journey that you take through your life. And for families and friends and people who have traveled from all over the world today, it's such an important time. And so for those of us who are here, don't let this day pass. When your loved one comes up onto the stage, celebrate with them. Give them a memorable experience. Now, don't celebrate too hard, but really, it is a happy day. It's a joyous day. And whereas we normally have these events in June, and we have them in January and in March, we also sometimes have extra special occasions, and today is one of those, because today we have an honorary graduate, David Garbutt. David is going to be awarded a Doctor of the University, and he will be introduced by Professor Roma Maguire, and then after that creation of the Doctor of University, we will then present our graduates for the graduation. And again, there's a lot of symbolism there, because they're coming up onto the stage to come before this little plinth, which has been used in the University of Strathclyde for decades. It used to be that you'd come and you would kneel down here. We don't do that anymore, but we still keep this here. And that journey of walking along the stage as a graduate, to be capped, to then leave the stage as a graduate, is something which is very special. It's a milestone, as I've said. So please enjoy today. Enjoy the rest of the festivities. We've tried our best to give you fantastic weather. In Scotland, that is about the best you can get in a July, in different shades of grey. And I now declare today's Congregation for the Conferment of Degrees open, and I welcome Professor Roma Maguire to present our honorary graduate. Thank you.
Executive Dean, I have the honour to present to you David Garbutt. It is both a privilege and profound honour to stand before you today as we celebrate a man whose lifelong dedication to public service has left an enduring legacy on the institutions and communities he has served. Today we do more than recognise a distinguished career. We honour a life defined by integrity, leadership, and steadfast commitment to justice and public good. David Garbutt began his journey in public service in 1964, joining the Scottish Police Service. Over the next 3 decades, he rose through the ranks until his appointment as Deputy Chief Constable of Grampian Police in 1992. The same year, he was awarded the Queen's Police Medal and Her Majesty's New Year Honours. His leadership continued, and in 1996, he was appointed as one of Her Majesty's Inspectors of Constabulary for Scotland, and later as Chief Constable, was appointed as Director of Scottish Police Training, where he championed innovation in leadership, development and quality improvement. David's influence extended beyond national borders. As a UK representative and later President of the Governing Board of CEPOL, the European Police College, he worked closely with EU and candidate countries to strengthen international cooperation. He is a graduate of the UK Police Strategic Command Programme and the FBI National Executive Institute, and has collaborated globally on counter-terrorism initiatives. Notably, he co-developed the LIN CT programme, a transatlantic leadership initiative delivered in partnership with the FBI, Harvard, and the University of St Andrews. His commitment to public service did not end with policing. In 2008, David became chair of the Scottish Ambulance Service Board, leading a transformative agenda that elevated paramedic training to degree level and improved patient care across Scotland. In 2018, he was appointed chair of NHS Education for Scotland, where he has driven innovation in digital health, systems leadership, and workforce development. Under his guidance, NES has expanded its reach into the care sector, launched the NHS Scotland Academy, and pioneered programmes to support a digitally enabled workforce. David's leadership continues to shape national policy. He chairs the NHS National Performance Management Committee, contributes to the National Leadership Programme Board, and serves on the Scottish Medical Schools Board. In 2023, he was appointed to the board of the Promise Scotland, supporting the NHS's role in delivering on its commitment to children and families. That same year, he was invited to chair the First Minister's Breathe at Heart validation panel, recognising acts of exceptional courage across Scotland. Beyond his professional achievements, David has given generously of his time in voluntary service. He chaired the Peeblesshire Committee of Macmillan Cancer Support for 8 years, and since 2005 has served as patron of the Scottish Police Memorial Trust, honouring officers who have died in the line of duty. Executive Dean David Garbutt exemplifies the very best of public service: visionary leadership, unwavering integrity, and a deep commitment to the well-being of others. It is with great pleasure, therefore, Executive Dean, that with the authority of the Senate, I ask you to confer upon David Garbutt the degree of Doctor of the University honoris causa.
David, it gives me great pleasure to create you Doctor of the University honoris causa.
Now it's my turn. Executive Dean, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty, proud families and friends, I'm delighted to be here with you today to celebrate the achievements of those who are graduating. Congratulations to you all. Receiving this award today is a profound honour, and I'm deeply grateful to the Senate and the University for recognising my work in this way. My thanks in particular to Professor Roma Maguire for her oration. As I listened to it, I was wondering how a boy from Hart Hill ended up here on this stage today with the rest of you. But on reflecting on that, I decided that it would be good if I could share with you some of the philosophical points from my leadership journey that I hope you'll be able to take away with you and work on some of them for the future. When I agreed to respond to this oration, of course, it put me on a spot of how much I was going to add and how much I would leave out. But I'm pleased to say that this ceremony actually summarizes and celebrates wonderful achievements, but it's also a call to one of the first points that I would raise with you, and that is to embrace opportunity. This is your first call, to embrace opportunity, keep learning, and to remain open to the endless possibilities the world offers. Today marks the culmination of years of dedication, perseverance, and growth. Each of you has conquered challenges, discovered your passions, and honed your talents. As you stand ready to step into the next chapter of your lives, know that you carry with you not only the knowledge you've gained here at this great university, but also the resilience and curiosity that will guide you through every future endeavor. We live in times of extraordinary change. Technologies evolve faster than ever, societies face complex challenges, and the very definitions of work, community, and purpose are constantly shifting. Rather than fear those changes, however, I urge you to seize them. Be the people who ask, how can I make this better? Be the ones who see obstacles as invitations to innovate and for setbacks as lessons to grow stronger. Remember, your degree is not the finish line, but a powerful springboard for the future. Seek out new ideas. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. Stay curious and never let the comfort of what you already know keep you from exploring what you could become. And please do not underestimate the power of kindness, humility, and integrity. As you climb your own ladders of success, extend your hand to others. Celebrate diversity, listen deeply, and lift up voices that too often go unheard. The world needs not only your skills, but your compassion and your courage. Today we celebrate your achievements. Tomorrow and every day after, let your curiosity drive you, let your dreams stretch you, and let your commitment be to the world ensure that it's a better place and that it can sustain you. Congratulations again to all of you. Go forward boldly and make your mark. Thank you.
Associate Principal and Executive Dean, in the name of the university and the authority of Senate, I present to you these students for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Research in the Department of Marketing, Yongding. Sebastian Ralph Gerber. Lucina Odoy. Karen Ann Scott. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Ala Alarayez. Sayyida Fahidahel Ahmed Al-Lafur. Sheikh Munire Khalid Ahmad Al-Khalifa. Gregory William Archer. Umar Munawar Khan Juma Khan. Angie Candile. James Alexander Scott Ralston. Salim Abdullah Al-Asadi. Azri bin Alimor. Majid Al-Masari. Hanan Hamad Al-Riyami. Haitham Mohammed Abdullah Al-Shi Thani. Peter Black. Sandeep Chiruparambil Chandun. Konstantinos Drossos. Maria Karen Fanjut Fonte. Jennifer Kate Gazzard. Irine Gigarudaki. Rory Cameron Ingram. Christopher Thomas Irving. Abdul Rahman Ashmeli. Abdul Majid Akram bin Mohammed Makin. Graham Reed. Regina Jessie Savarin Musu. Marianne Richard. Karen Shaw. Sanjit Singh Sidhu Brar. Chris Vasilakopoulos. Georgios Vasilakopoulos. Nikolaos Vilios. Andrew Chi Ern Wong. Wei Lun Wong. Faisal Abdullah Yagay. Dimitrios Zakos. With a specialization in shipping, Elinas Dravopoulou. Ionas Zaferakis. For the degree of Master of Science in Strategic FinTech, Hajar Abdulamam. Marwan Ahmed Abdul Nur. Zain Mohammed Abolushi. Sara Isa Al-Hamadi. Aisha Sakar Ajalama. Nur Akuzai. Jawahar Jahad Awadi. Fawaz Hussain. Sara Jamil Shafichi. Munira Tulefat. In marketing, Kanishka Jain. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Law and Marketing, Faraha Akram. Ryan Fawcett. Josh Leach. Dylan Patterson. In marketing, Charlotte Ann Alexander. Mariam Assad. Fiona Hazel Baxendale. Emma Claire Bell. Anais Marie Brown. Josh William Brown. Jenna Doherty. Heather Fielding. Lucy Higgins. Yasmin Ribeiro Kelly. Eve Kirkland. Callum Thomas McGillivray. Caitlin Summer Lily Mallon. Dylan Paul McCausland. Holly Rose McCamley. Isabel Nora McKinnon. Emily McMillan. Jordan Cameron Monahan. Georgia O'Donnell. Eve O'Hare. Holly Beth Robertson. Amy Scott. Holly Shepard. Adam Matthew Sharon. Justine Marie Sprinkle. Aidan McCallum Stewart. Heather Isabel Joy Tate. Robin Leo Hunter Turnbull. Davina Catherine Turner. Brooke Warwick. Sarah Mae Wilson. Claudia Anna Wojcik. In Marketing and Business Analysis and Technology, Samuel Todd Ballantyne. Katie Francis O'Brien. Majed Wafkaf. In Marketing and Business Analysis and Technology with International Study, Kate Tierney. In Marketing and Business Enterprise, Sophie Jane Bigart. Shan Blake. Daniela Lillian Brand Parga. Jessica Kate Broadbent. Bethany Diamond. Peter Holmes. Cerise Susie Hunter. Jackson Leishman. Cara Francis Lightbody. Grace Helen Mackay. Kieran McKenhill. Lauren Murray. In Marketing and Business Enterprise with International Study, Anya Coulter. Caitlin Morrison. In Marketing and Business Law, Leslie Naomi Castile Soriano. Grace Akosua Daniels. In Marketing and Economics, Jake Elijah Essen. Angus Healy. Charlotte Young. In Marketing and Finance, Amy Claire Cummings. Peter Grist. Chloe Muirhead. Lee Michelle Russell Finnan. In Marketing and Hospitality and Tourism Management, Francis Hunter. In Marketing and Human Resource Management, Jade Katrina Cameron. Aaron Fogel. Amy Goodman. Lucy Lusk. Chloe McDermott. Kiara McMeekin. Jack Orr. In marketing and psychology, Jennifer Claire Beggs. In marketing and psychology with international study, Charlotte Jepson. In marketing with international study, Ailey Elizabeth Jane Brown. Joseph Hugh McDermott. In business management, Craig Bradley. Carrie Moran. For the degree of postgraduate diploma in marketing, Olabesi Omewume Falena. Hamad S.H.M. Al-Mubaraki.
So, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, families, staff, members of Senate, members of court, and our Students' Association, I want to just thank you for having such a wonderful, positive set of graduations so far. And what I'm going to say echoes a lot of what David is going to say, because the University of Strathclyde has an ethos, it has a set of values. And when we engage and when we teach and when we do research, we look on ourselves of having that place of useful learning, of being an institution that will improve humanity, improve society. And when I listened to David's talk, it really resonated what we are all about. And you'll see some themes and hear some themes that come through in my presentation today. So, to the class of 2025, to our students who have become graduates and become graduates, many congratulations. We have graduates not just from Glasgow. We have our programmes which predominantly focus on marketing in this session, but also our MBA. And our MBA has centres not just in Glasgow, but in Greece, in Oman, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Kuala Lumpur, all over the world. And for those families who have come from those parts of the world, please welcome and enjoy your time here. Thank you for coming. And if I forgot Bahrain, I've not forgotten you. Now, when I look out over our new graduates, as David said, this isn't the end of your journey with us. You're now Strathclyders. You're now our ambassadors throughout the world, wherever you come. And this is the beginning of a journey. And it's one that no matter where you are, I hope that will lead to the emergence of you as leaders who are ready to make a meaningful impact in the business world, but beyond the business world, in the societies and the countries and environment, wherever you may be. And all of you who are here in the Barony Hall has shown great commitment. David talked about resilience and it talked about determination, and that's so true. And each of you has demonstrated not only the intellectual excellence, but really a real strength of character. And for those of you graduating in the presence of your loved ones, your family, your friends, your supporters, and those who are joining us all online, all of those who have played a crucial role in your journey, they've not just been nurturing your academic success, but they've been caring about the whole person, your mental health, your physical health, your fundamental well-being. And I want all of our graduates here today to acknowledge and applaud those who are here with you, because without them, you would not be here today. And likewise, our dedicated staff who have worked tirelessly to develop not just your minds, but your capacity for reasoning and your dedication to making the world a better place. And if I can ask our graduates to please show your gratitude to our staff who are here today on the platform. Now, believe it or not, you're now full members of the global Strathclyde academic community, and that numbers more than 220,000 people worldwide. It's a global network that's united by the values of this institution and a common commitment to using knowledge in the service of humanity and society. And you join distinguished alumni who have excelled while making meaningful contributions. David Livingstone, who embodied service to those most in need. John Logie Baird, who used innovation to connect people globally through his telecommunications inventions. Lady Elise Angelini, who's championed justice throughout her career. And Sir Tom Hunter, whose philanthropy reflects the understanding that success is not measured by what we accumulate, but by what we give back. Strathclyde was founded in 1796 by Professor John Anderson, who believed passionately in the transformative power of education. He wished to establish a place of useful learning, that's our motto today, where knowledge for all, for the greater good, would flourish. And this was a radical vision. It's a vision that education should serve not just the privileged few, but all of humanity. That remains central to who we are at the University of Strathclyde. And I was asked earlier on, why do we not wear caps, the mortarboards, the staff, like other universities? And I said, well, it's because we started not just for the elite, we started as a university for the craftspeople of this city. We were the first university to allow women onto our lectures. That not using the mortarboard is a symbol of us being close to our roots. And Anderson understood that true education must prepare graduates not just for professional success, but for lives of meaning and service. And as David said earlier, you're graduating at a pivotal moment when the business world presents extraordinary opportunities to serve the human family and be agents of positive transformation. And I hope that your time at Strathclyde has equipped you with more than just knowledge. You've been inculcated with the values of this institution, of being bold, ambitious, collaborative, people-oriented, and innovative. And this formation of character, alongside our academic excellence, is what distinguishes Strathclyde graduates. That is what makes you a Strathclyder. And what a university and business school that you have. You're graduating from an institution at the forefront of research and innovation that serves humanity and society. Our scientists are leading the development of clean energy technologies. We have 2 innovation districts. Our National Manufacturing Innovation District of Scotland, which is out by Glasgow Airport. If you fly in, you see a big purple roof. That's Strathclyde. We also have the Glasgow City Innovation District, which is right in the heart of this city and has attracted 1,600 companies into this area. And it's not just in business. We're developing treatments for cancer and other diseases. Professor Roman Maguire here is head of our Health and Care Futures, who's looking at revolutionising the NHS through digital technologies. And that's why we're honouring David today. And through Strathclyde Inspire, which is our initiative to help our students spin out and commercialise their research and their staff, we're helping create businesses with sustainability and technological advancement in mind. And we're building the Charles Swang Advanced Technology and Innovation Centre with our largest ever gift of £50 million from an MBA alum who is based in our Department of Marketing, Dr. Charles Swang. And he reflects the spirit of giving back that I hope will characterise all of you, our graduates. You're graduating from a business school that exemplifies this principle through exceptional performance. This year alone, we achieved a record in research grants, with awards totalling over £4 million, representing a 90% increase in research income generation since 2020. We have the highest research income among Scottish business schools by a long way, and we rank in the top 5 UK business schools for research income. And when people and institutions invest in your research, you know that your research is having an impact, and your business school is one of the most impactful in the UK. And it is not just in the UK that we are recognised. Your business school holds triple accreditation status, and that places us in the elite 1% of business schools worldwide. Your success reflects the quality of education you've received. Last academic year, we achieved a 95% retention rate for all of our students. Almost all of our subjects achieved upper quartile performance in the UK National Student Survey, with marketing and hospitality and tourism management both ranking first in Scotland for overall satisfaction. But as I spoke about in terms of our social mission, we've exceeded our widening access targets, attracting students from all parts of the economic spectrum. And that demonstrates our commitment to Professor Anderson's vision for education for all. And in employability, our Accounting and Finance Department recently won the Technology for Employability Award at the AGCAS Academic Employability Awards, recognising our innovative approach to preparing our students for successful careers. So I hope that you can take from that list of awards that you go out equipped not just with professional competencies, but with a platinum heritage. You have a foundation for lifelong learning and ethical leadership. And I want to say, and echo what David said earlier, please, you're in a world now where technology is evolving at such a rapid pace. Your degree is a foundation for lifelong learning, and I ask that you never stop growing intellectually and ethically. Your success is measured not just by what you've achieved professionally, but how you've impacted the world, what you've done to make the world a better place. And just as David said, and I want to echo this, ask, how can you serve? How can you use your skills to create value for others? And really, how can you take your work, your research specialisms, your expertise, to contribute to make this place that we live in a more just and prosperous society? You are Strathclyde graduates, and you're called to be more than just successful. You're called to be significant. You're called not just to make a living, but to make that difference that I've just spoken about. And in a world that seems to become more unstable by the week, society needs your leadership. It needs your innovation, your compassion, and your courage now more than ever. So use your abilities with confidence and use them with conviction about the purpose that you have. And the education that you've received, whether that's in Bahrain or whether it's in Glasgow or whether it's in any of the other centres that we have all over the world, it's given you a set of talents, a set of tools. It's given you wings. And I'm asking you that when you go through the world, go through your career, when you reach the heights that you expect you to reach, don't forget others. Remember to bring them with you. And ask you to be leaders not just of businesses, but be leaders of positive change. Be innovators, not just of products, but of justice and compassion. I'm going to finish off by saying that the future is waiting for leaders like you, leaders who combine competence with integrity, ambition with humility, and success with service. You are those leaders. You are Strathclyders. Thank you. We're just waiting for the doors to open to see if the weather is good enough for us to have the academic procession. It may be that the wind is blowing the doors closed, I'm not sure. Oh, it's windy. It's windy and it's wet. Okay, so now we're at the end of our ceremony. I really hope you've had a great time and enjoyed this experience. It is the highlight of our year. I'm going to ask you if you could all be upstanding. We will now have our academic procession. The academics and our court and senate members will profess first with our honorary graduate. We then, our graduates follow us, and then we ask if the family and friends may join. We're not going to have the formal academic procession because of the weather, but I would ask you to join us at the Teaching and Learning Building, which is just up the hill a bit, for some refreshments. So without further ado, I now declare today's congregation for the conferment of degrees closed, and please have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.